Hello friends, that UPSC CSE, India's largest platform, get plus subscription and access unlimited live and recorded courses for India's best educators. What you will get: daily live classes, live tests, structured courses, unlimited access you can find over here. Unlimited access. Apart from this structured courses, you can also find unlimited access from here. And download Unacademy Learning app. Download Unacademy Learning app. Comprehensive syllabus you can find over here. 15,519 plus courses available. Quality, quality and governance, geography, optional courses, environment ecology, art and culture, current affairs, Indian economy, practice strategy, answer writing. UPSC CSE GS subscription 1 month 9,000 rupees, 3 month 22,500 rupees, 6 month it is 40,500 rupees, and 12 month it is 49,500. 24 month it is 72,000 only. 36 month it is 90,000, and 1 month it is 6,100. 3 months it is 20,250. It is 36,450. 12 month it is 44,550. 24 month you will get 64,800 rupees, and 36 month you will get 1,000. What advantage you can find over here? Here you are getting 90,000. Here you are getting 81. Directly it is the concession of 9,000 only, and if a referral being used is a Azad, then other you can say benefit and opportunity. Use referral AZ and you will be the beneficiary part over here. Okay. So UPSC GS subscription, it is 12 months 69,500, 24 month it is 1,07,000, and 36 month it is 1,41,000 you will get here. Then 12 month it is about 62,550, then 36 month it is 1,26,900, and use is a daily Azad, and you will get the advantage over here. You will get the advantage over here. So this is the advantage you can have. And UPSC CSE subscription you can find over here. It is what? For 1 month it is 5,000 rupees. For 22 you can 6 month it is 22,500. For 12 month it is 27,500, and 24 month you will get 40,000 only. And overall you will get 10% discount. After getting 10% discount you can find 4,500 for 1 month and 20,250 for 6 months, but you will have to pay monthly installment of 3,375 only. So this much you can see advantage you can find over here. And for 12 month it is 24,750, and for 1 month you will have to pay 2,003 only, and for 24 month it is 36,000 rupees. Monthly you will have to pay only 1,500 rupees, and altogether in 36-month course program you can find 45,000 rupees, and use referral is a daily Azad, and you will get 10% discount over there. 10% discount over there. Most competitive game field UPSC CSE battle is here. Compete with thousands of learners in India's biggest fortnightly competition for UPSC. This you will get over here. Then contest format: 45 minutes, 6 second, and 60 questions. Relative scoring: 13 combats. Fortnightly contest you can find over here. And rank 1 to rank 3 you will get 3 months subscription for equivalent voucher. Rank 4 to rank 150, 1,000 voucher you will get over here. And only 6 months remaining UPSC CSE 2020-21 with you. Ultimate GS batches, bilingual pathway, or crack UPSC CSE with India's best educators. Iconic courses, price hike coming soon. Iconic subscription you can find over here. Connect with your personal coach. What is that? Connect with your personal coach, customize syllabus, then attend the study material, then be a part of high intensity workshop, and all these advantages you can find over here. ये सारे advantages आपको मिलेंगे. Today the topic which I am going to discuss to you, Italy, unification of Italy and unification of Germany. I have discussed to you a lot, and Italy leaders of unification. These three leaders you should have to keep in your mind. One is what? Joseph Mazzini. Another one is what? The Garibaldi and Cavour. These were the three instrumental, you can say, three personality is contributed a major part of performing the unification of Italy. इसकी बात आज हम करने जा रहे हैं और मैं इसके बारे में डिटेल डिस्कस. To go through this one, before this one, you should have to go with the you can say map of history Italy for unification. Before unification, आप जो है कि नहीं इटली के मैप को पहले आप देख. What is important part over there? So come with what the point of what is it is what Austrian Empire. These were the most powerful empire. So this is what Austria is what Austria. So this is quite significant and very important part over. This is what Austrian Empire. Another empire is what you can say the region is that it is Milan and Lombardy. This is the major. Then Veneza, it is also Venice. This was also the very town over here. And these were the papal estates. So these were the what papal estates? What papal estates? And this is the major town. It is known as Tuscany. And in the side part is that Rome is over. And Naples is this is part of kingdom of the two. It is what papal state का जो kingdom था वो two kingdom था. इसमें Naples is one of the important part of that. And Palermo, it is also important right over there. Then Senegales, this is also important part of. And another one is that it is what Sardinia. It has also performed a. So this is important. And the Piedmont and Genoa, these were the major state, those who used to dominating feet over there. And this is Nice and Savoy. So this is the part of. And this is the region of what? French. This is the region of what? So this is the situation before 1815. We find that before the Italian unification and before the period of 1815, these were the situation. These were the condition of what? These were the condition of Italy. These were the what Italian conditions, Italian regions over there. So this is the situation of before unification of it. And I'll also discuss about after unification, what were the situation, find it out over too. And time to time, I will take help from this section over there. But before going another important section, another important part, we should have to keep in our mind what is significant part in this scenario. सिनारियो के कंडीशंस के सिचुएशंस के साथ में जो इम्पोर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट है जिसको हम लोग जानना चाहेंगे देखना चाहेंगे यू शुड हैव टू गो थ्रू द बैकग्राउंड अबाउट इट शुड हैव टू गो विद द background about that. You should have to go with the background about. If you go to the background of the Italian unification, so Italian unification was a political and social movement. What important thing you should have to keep in your mind is that Italian unification was a political as well as you can say social move. Social move. It is what? It is political as well as what we can say social move. It was political and what you can say social. It is political and social movement that consolidated different states of it. What is significant part? तो द सिग्निफिकेंट पार्ट ऑफ दिस वन जो इसका सबसे मुख्य केंद्र बिंदु था, मुख्य अहम तथ्य था या फिर कहा जा सकता है अवधारणा इसके साथ में जो it was a political and social movement and the main motive of this movement was what? Consolidation. Consolidation was one of the significant feat over there. इसकी सबसे बड़ी इंपॉर्टेंट चीज क्या थी? हर एक स्टेट को कंसोलिडेट करना था, एकीकृत करना था, एन इटालियन पेनिनसुला इनटू अ सिंगल स्टेट टू अ किंगडम ऑफ इटली इन 19th सेंचुरी। और ये क्या चाहते थे कि जो पेनिनसुला है इटली का, उसको एक यूनाइटेड स्टेट के रूप में विकसित करें, है ना, यूनाइटेड इटली। So these were the motive, these were the intention of what we can say this movement. Very very good evening, राहुल राज, बहुत दिनों के बाद आपको देख रहे हैं। How are you? Are you well? आप ठीक ठाक हो राहुल राज? I'm seeing you in after a long gap, long duration. So is everything is all right? Is everything is all right? Yes, yes, wonderful. So what is important thing? This I'm discussing about the unification of Italy and the background of the unification of Italy. Rahul Raj, if you have pen and paper, then it would be a wonderful part to understand about the things and making out the notes also at your home. Second important thing is the background. Italy became a cockpit of Europe wherever foreign powers contested for mastery. So Italy became the what we can say began in 1815, what we can say cockpit of Europe, and the process began in 1815 with the Congress of Vienna and was completed in 1871. As I told you earlier on, as I told you earlier on, this is the situation of Italy. This is the situation of Italy in 1815. Why this region became what we can say cockpit of Europe. This major region was Papal State, again the Italian state were there, and this is the capital city of the Rome at that too. And this was called the cockpit, you can say cockpit country. So this is a very significant thing you should have to keep in your mind. It is what it is cockpit is cockpit point of Europe. The reason was that the foreign power contended for mastery. Why it was the mastery? So here is again what we can say France is there, then you can say Switzerland is there, then this is again the region of you can say the geographical locations is also Africa is also dominating over here. So this way Sicily is also the part of Palermo was a different state and the kingdom of the two. It is what Sardinia. If you Naples, this is again very important part of that Naples and the kingdom of the two. These were the papal estate. It was not controlled, you can say, single-handedly. So this is the why, this is the way, this is the condition over there. इटली को चाहते क्या थे कि कॉकपिट ऑफ यूरोप इटली को कंट्रोल किया जाए तो कंप्लीट यूरोपियन कंट्रीज को अपने हैंड में या कंट्रोल में किया जा सकता है. दिस वाज द ऑब्जेक्टिव बिहाइंड. Since the period began with the period of 1815 with the Congress of Vienna and was completed in 18 you can say 1817. शुरू क्या होता है 1815 से शुरू होता है और it was completed during the period of 1817 when Rome became the capital kingdom of Italy. Then what was the conditions over there? Then this is what we can say, this is Rome. This became the capital city over there. This is the Rome and this became the capital city over here. Unification of Italy was a two-step process. If you talk about the unification of Italy, तो यूनिफिकेशन ऑफ इटली जो है कि नहीं दो चरणों में दो पदों में पूरा किया गया. व्हाट इज दैट टू दिस वाज कंप्लीटेड इन अ टू स्टेप. ये स्टेप जो इसके नजर आते हैं, ये प्रोसेस जो आते हैं टू स्टेप. फर्स्ट इट ट्राइड टू गेन इंडिपेंडेंस फ्रॉम ऑस्ट्रिया. So this is very powerful, what we can say, this is very powerful part. This is what ये बहुत पावरफुल पार्ट था क्योंकि शुरू में कंट्रोल में किसके था ऑस्ट्रिया के. दिस इज व्हाट दिस इज ऑस्ट्रिया. दिस इज ऑस्ट्रिया. तो फर्स्ट बिकॉज इटली का जो एकीकरण हुआ है दो चरणों में हुआ है, दो पदों में हुआ है. और दो पदों में होने के कारण क्या नजर आता है? दो पदों में होने के पीछे कारण जो सबसे बड़ा नजर आता है, दो स्टेप में जो चीज पूरा किया जा रहा है उसके पीछे सबसे बड़ी शक्ति क्या नजर आती है? ऑस्ट्रिया वॉज द मोस्ट पावरफुल पार्ट ऑफ दैट. ऑस्ट्रिया जो सबसे बहुत पावरफुल पार्ट नजर आता है. Or it was also known as the two-step process. First, it tried to gain independence from Austria, and secondly, it had to unite the independent Italian states into a single entity. क्या देखते हैं? पहले इसे मुक्त किससे होना था? ऑस्ट्रिया से. उसके बाद जो टस्कनी है, पाल्मा स्टेट है, किंगडम है, इन सभी स्टेट इटालियन स्टेट थे और इसको एक अलग सी आइडेंटिटी या एक अलग से सिसिली जो है इसी का स्टेट है, क्या देखते हैं इसको एक अलग आइडेंटिटी या कह सकते हैं एक अलग प्रमाण या पहचान देने की। So the step of unification was two-step process. The first step was what? Liberate Italy from Austria, and the second step was that the papal state, the kingdom of the two, should have, you can say, united, should have consolidated part of that. So this way, after finishing or furnishing these two steps, the unification has taken place. So the unification of Italy, this is the reason why the unification of Italy was called a two-step process. At first, it tried to gain independence, you can say, from Austria. Secondly, it had to unite the independent Italian state into a single entity. Mazzini and Garibaldi. So I had already said to you that Joseph Mazzini has performed a very critical role. Then Garibaldi is another important person with that too. So and another one is what we can say Cavour. The image which is shown over here, it is what the famous one is what it is Cavour. So these are the three personalities associated with unification of इटली। इटली के साथ ये तीन पर्सनालिटी जुड़ी हुई है, इसलिए राहुल राज प्लीज नोट इट डाउन टू। इफ यू आर गोइंग टू कंसीडर, इफ द क्वेश्चन इज गोइंग टू आस्क टू रिगार्डिंग Italian unification or any other question which arise from here, then you should have to consider about the mindset of all the three personalities. One is Mazzini, another one is Garibaldi, and another one is Cavour. So all these three play very very important and instrumental role for the making the country, or you can say nation, unite itself, that is united. See, another one, Mazzini and Garibaldi was revolutionaries who played the most important role in the process. So, so these two personalities were the revolutionary bent upon of mind, and they did a lot for the unification of Italy. Now, another important thing to understand about this one, this I discussed to you. Another important thing, earliest Italian national movement and the role of Carbonari. Carbonari was also a very, very, you can say significant, or you can say that is that is revolutionary. In other words, you can identify him as a, you can say the personality of the extremist part of that or revolutionaries part of that. That is why two played a very very significant and instrumental role for the unification of Italy, for the what we can say, for the unification of Italy के लिए इनकी भूमिका एक अहम भूमिका में सामने नजर आती है। Is it clear to you? So the early movement directed towards achieving freedom from foreign rule was confined to a small section of the Carbonaries. Carbonaries इनका नाम क्यों पड़ा था? Let me know about that. Carbonari. Why Carbonari? These were the secret societies or secret, you can say that the element, it did not exposed fully to the government, but from the backside, they used to do certain revolutionary work for the liberation of the country and the, you can say, consolidation of the empire. Normally, they used to colored their face with carbon, because in the open condition it's very difficult to recognize them, because they used to paint their face from what we can say carbon. That is why it is called carbonary. So this is why it is called carbonary. Their purpose was to secure liberal constitution and other political reform. What they wanted to form liberal constitution, liberal and independent constitution. Is it clear to you? Liberal and independent constitution. Just a minute. Liberal and independent constitution. independent constitution. Liberal and independent constitution they formulated over there. Another significant part was that the revolt succeeded and the king was forced to grant liberal constitution. अंततः क्या नजर आता है, किंग को फोर्स किया जाता है और फाइनली लिबरल कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन का फॉर्मेशन होता है. द कार्बोनरी रिवोल्टेड एट नेपल्स, नेपल्स में कार्बोनरी रिवोल्ट करता है. इट वॉज ए पीरियड ऑफ 1820 एंड मेट विद द टेम्पररी सक्सेस, लेकिन उसको परमानेंट सक्सेस कहा जा सकता है, पूरी तरह से नहीं मिल पाता है. दैट वाज ए सिंपल और व्हाट वी कैन से दैट सिंपल एंड टेम्पररी सक्सेस द कार्बोनिक ग्रुप अचीव समथिंग. So due to its liberation and due to its formation of what we can see that that separate constitution of Italy in 1820 met with the temporary success, थोड़ा सा उसको temporary success मिल रहा है. What was the impact of 1830 revolution on the Italian unification movement? अब क्या देखते हैं, 1830 में यहाँ पर क्रांतिकारी आंदोलन होता है. The revolutionary movement has been taken place. What we can say, revolutionary movement has been taken place in the period of 1820 and temporary success they succeeded over there. What was the impact of 1830 revolution on the Italian unification and the part of that? तो आपका जवाब क्या होगा? During 1830 a revolution broke out in France which affected Belgium and also Italian state. They proposes their purposes were to succeed them, you can say in supplement way, or in a, you can say, supplantive way, or what we can say the forceful way was also the factor over there. And another important condition is that the Italian realized that they had a long way to go to achieve freedom. Italian को पता था कि आजादी बहुत आसानी से नहीं मिल सकती. It will take a long run. It will take a wrong way to achieve this independence. And it became clear that the Austria was the principal enemy, and only her defeat would ensure the unification of Italy. What is the important part of that? Is clear था किसको, इटली को. ये क्लियर था जब तक से Austria is not going to be defeated, it is not possible that to rule, you can say, independently in the region of Italy. तो क्या देखते हैं, सबसे पावरफुल रीजन कौन नजर आता है? So this is again what we can say, Austrian Empire, and sometime beyond that also, sometime beyond different part of that. That is important thing. Sometime beyond that, that was also significant part we find over there. That the significant part we find also there. That is the background behind the Italian unification. Another thing, what was the impact of 1830 revolution on the Italian unification movement? ये जानना जरूरी है कि इटालियन यूनिफिकेशन से पहले 1830 की भी क्रांति हुई है ना. The conditions of, you can see, Italy before, or you can say the time of 18, during the time of 1830, 1830 में क्या देखते हैं, a revolution has also taken place. A revolution has taken place. And the revolution broke out in France, which affected Belgium and also Italy. इसका ये शुरू कहां से होता है? It broke out in France, and its impact led to what to we can say, led to its advancement led to what we can say, its advantage. इसके एडवांटेज का सबसे बड़ा प्रभाव किधर नजर आता है? इसके एडवांटेज का जो सबसे बड़ा प्रभाव कहां नजर आता है? बेल्जियम. क्या नजर आता है? बेल्जियम का जो हिस्सा है, बेल्जियम and also Italian states, and their purpose was to secure liberal constitution. और पर्पस इनका क्या था? लिबरल कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन का फॉर्मेशन. लिबरल कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन का कॉन्स्टिट्यूशंस का क्या देखते हैं? फॉर्मेशन. So the formation of liberal constitution was taken place in this scenario. जो सबसे important चीज नजर आता है, that is the part of that liberal scenario came to prominence with this ideas and with the concept over there. That is important part we find over there. Another important significant thing what we find over here, their purpose was to secure liberal early attempts of the Italian, you can say, patriots and overview of Austrian regime power proved disasters. उसके पहले भी इन लोगों ने कोशिश किया था, लेकिन ऑस्ट्रिया पावर इतना ज्यादा शक्तिशाली था कि उसको जो है कि नहीं हटा पाना एक मुश्किल सा काम था. That was the situation over there. That was the situation over there. And another significant conditions we find over there, the Italians realized that they had a long way to go to achieve freedom. It became clear that Austria was the principal enemy, and only her defeat would lead to the liberation of what we can say Italy. The Carbonaries did not have the backing of the masses, hence they failed. सवाल उठता है, how did and why didn't Carbonari succeeded? Carbonari क्यों नहीं succeed किया? Carbonari Why didn't they succeeded? अगर सवाल पूछा जाता है कि कार्बोनरी की सफलता क्यों नहीं मिलती है, why not the carbonary you can say succeeded over here, then what should be our answer? Your answer should be it was not cooperated, it was not supported by the other support system over there. That is why it was proved disastrous. That is why it was produced disasters. So disasters was the major important you can say thing we find over there from from the back of other systems prevailing at that time, like like the conditions of what, like the condition of own estate, papal estate, and the estate how the remarkative action can be taken also the part of there. Next one is what, द कार्बोनरी डिड नॉट हैव द बैक टू द मासेस हेंस. और कार्बोनरी को सबसे बड़ी बात क्या नजर आती है, कार्बोनरी डिड नॉट हैव सपोर्ट ओवर देयर. कार्बोनरी को क्या देखते हैं, पूरा सपोर्ट नहीं मिल पाता है. कार्बोनरी डिडंट हैव ए स्ट्रॉन्ग यू कैन से बैकअप. कार्बोनरी के पास बैकअप नहीं है, बैकअप नहीं है. व्हाट टाइप ऑफ बैकअप, द थिंग इज व्हाट, फाइनेंशियल बैकअप इट वाज लैकिंग. देन लीडरशिप बैकअप, leadership backup is another important part, and then the lack of communication system. So these were the major problem we find over here. These are the major problem. It is cited by the Carboni. The organization they started with the help of this scenario, with the help of this situation also. And this is the part of what, this is the part of unification of Italy. This is the part of unification of Italy. What we can say that this is the part of unification. ये यूनिफिकेशन ऑफ इटली का एक बहुत बड़ा हिस्सा या कह सकते हैं इटली के यूनिफिकेशन का पार्ट. अब आइए चर्चा करता हूं द प्रोसेस विच स्टार्टेड फॉर द यूनिफिकेशन ऑफ इटली. Unification of Italy was a two-step process. As I told you that the first step it had to gain independence from Austria. इसका सबसे पहला स्टेप क्या चाहिए था कि ऑस्ट्रिया से कैसे आजादी मिले. सेकंड स्टेप क्या था, इट हैड टू यूनाइट द कॉन्सिक्वेंट इंडिपेंडेंट ऑफ इटालियन स्टेट्स. और दूसरा पर्पस क्या था कि ये इटालियन स्टेट को कैसे यूनिफाई कर सकता है. दिस इज द कंडीशन ओवर देयर. Mazzini and Garibaldi, as I told you earlier on, Mazzini and Garibaldi, these were the two specific leaders, and these specific leaders were the revolutionaries who played an important role in this process. Mazzini has formed an organization named Young Italy. ये सवाल important सवाल उठता है. Yes, मजीने ने क्या फॉर्मेशन किया था, एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन सेटअप किया था. उस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन सेटअप का क्या नाम था, यंग इटली. दिस the name of the setup was what, the name of the setup was Young Italy. This thing you should have to keep in your mind. It is what, it is the setup. It was formed by Mazzini, and this was called Young Italy. This was called what we can say, this was called Young Italy. So this is significant thing you should have to keep in your mind. Another significant thing is that during 1831 for the unification of Italy, इस चीज को ध्यान से देंगे आप लोग. What is that? मजीनी के ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का नाम क्या था, यंग इटली. इट वाज एस्टैब्लिश्ड इन 1831. द यूनिफिकेशन ऑफ इटली. फॉर 1831 onward, young Italy repeatedly attempted attempted revolt against the monarchy, but all of them failed establish a democratic and united Italy. All the time he tried hard, but he did not succeed by this time. The reason were what? The reason were quite simple that they did not get achievement over there, and that is the reason why it got failure. तो शुरू में जो कोशिश किया है इसकी सफलता नहीं कामयाब आती है। कारण क्या है? कारण क्या है कि शुरू में लीडरशिप की कमी नजर आती है और फिर ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल स्किल की कमी नजर आती है, इसके कारण it was failure part of that. Now another important development has taken place is that the revolt of 1848 revolt was led by intellectuals and the liberals who were against the reactionary Austrian control and wanted a liberal government. फिर मैं ये बताना चाहूंगा कि Austrian government was very autocratic and it was very difficult to get control over there, और ये एक बहुत मुश्किल काम था कि उससे बचत मिल जाए, या फिर उससे कहा जा सकता है कि उससे सपोर्ट सिस्टम मिल जाए. दिस वाज सपोज टू बी द मोस्ट डेंजरस मोस्ट डिफिकल्ट पार्ट एट दैट टाइम. तो ऑस्ट्रेलियन कंट्रोल एंड वांटेड ए लिबरल कंट्रोल सिस्टम. क्या देखते हैं कि रिएक्शनरी ऑस्ट्रियन कंट्रोल एंड वांटेड ए लिबरल सिस्टम. चाहते क्या थे कि ऑस्ट्रेलियन कंट्रोल वहां से समाप्त हो और वहां पर एक उदार या कहा जा सकता है एक लिबरल गवर्नमेंट वहां पे कायम हो, उदार गवर्नमेंट का फॉर्मेशन हो. दिस रिवोल्ट डिज नॉट अशर्स इन डेमोक्रेसी. और रिवोल्ट का इसका इम्पैक्ट डेमोक्रेसी जैसी चीजों पे क्या देखते हैं, डेमोक्रेसी जैसी चीजों पर उसका इम्पैक्ट या कह सकते हैं उसका प्रभाव पूरे ढंग से कहा जा सकता है कि नहीं पड़ता है. इज द कंडीशंस एट दैट टाइम एट दैट सिचुएशन हैज टेकन प्लेस at that time and at that situation it has taken. Now another point, unification of Italy. Sicily and Naples, as I told you, Sicily and Naples were liberated from the despotic rule of Ferdinand II by the revolutionary fighters led by Garibaldi. क्या देखते हैं, सिसिली और नेपल्स फेमस स्टेट हैं. वो कौन से स्टेट हैं? सिसिली एंड नेपल्स. तो व्हाट इज इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट इज दैट सिसिली एंड नेपल्स, ये जो दो स्टेट नजर आ रहे हैं आपके, उसको जो है कि नहीं लिबरेट कर दिया जाता है पहले. द सिसिली, द प्लेस इज व्हाट इट इज व्हाट, सिसिली की बात करते हैं हम लोग, और फिर क्या कहते हैं, नेपल्स की बात करते हैं. दिस इज द प्लेस ऑफ व्हाट वी कैन से दैट नेपल्स. so so and the major state, this is what सिसिली और नेपल्स यानी दो प्रदेशों को सबसे पहली बार इसको लिबरेट करा दिया जाता है. दैट इज इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग, should have to know about that. Sicily and Naples, these were the two major states that has been liberated from the forces over there. These conditions over there. Then what we can say, Venice was annexed in 18. What we can say, सिसिली को क्या देखते हैं, सिसिली को नेपल्स के साथ अलाइ कर लिया जाता है, लिबरेट कर लिया जाता सबसे पहले फॉर द डेस्पोटिक रूल ऑफ फर्डिनेंड सेकंड by revolutionary fighter, and Garibaldi consequently brought under the Sardinian monarchy in 1860. और क्या देखते हैं, गैरिबाल्डी कुछ ही दिनों के बाद किसके कंट्रोल में आ जाता है, मोनार्की इन 1850, एंड द किंगडम ऑफ इटली वाज एस्टैब्लिश्ड. क्या देखते हैं, सिसिली को कंट्रोल में करने के बाद, नेपल्स को कंट्रोल करने के बाद, सार्डिनिया को कंट्रोल करने के बाद, इटालियन सिटी केम इनटू कंट्रोल ओवर देयर. और क्या देखते हैं कि इस तीनों राज्यों को कंट्रोल कर लेने के बाद देखते क्या है कि जुडिशियल लेवल तक यहाँ पर जो है समस्याएं रहती हैं. सो वेनिस वाज द एनेक्स्ड. क्या देखते हैं, तीन को जब एनेक्स कर लिया जाता है, जिसमें सिसिली है, नेपल्स है, और कह सकते हैं कि ये जो प्लेस है वेनिस वाला, ये तीनों को कंट्रोल कर लिया जाए. कंट्रोल कर लेने के बाद क्या देखते हैं कि उनका स्ट्रॉन्ग हेल्ड कहाँ बनता है, वीकेंड बाय द फ्रेंको. अब कंडीशंस क्या नजर आता है कि वीकेंड बाय द फ्रेंको पर्शियन वॉर. अब क्या देखते हैं, फ्रांस और क्या देखते हैं, पर्शिया के बीच में युद्ध होता है ड्यूरिंग द पीरियड ऑफ 1870, एंड द फ्रेंच कुड नॉट सपोर्ट द पोप एनीमोर इन 1871, एंड रोम वाज एनेक्स्ड एंड मेड ए कैपिटल ऑफ इटली. और अल्टीमेटली क्या देखते हैं कि रोम को कैप्चर किया जाता है, and it was made the capital of Italy. The Rome was captured. What is the important thing? Rome was, if you talk about Rome was captured, and this is the expansion of you can say that the policy adopted by what we can say, Joseph Mazzini and Garibaldi et al. So this is the development at this time. Another important development which has taken place during this connection during this time is what? During this time, just a minute. सिसिली एंड नेपल्स वे लिबरेटेड फ्रॉम द डेस्पोटिक रूल. क्या याद रखेंगे कि सिसिली और नेपल को डेस्पोटिक रूल से स्वतंत्रता मिल जाती है. ऑफ फर्डिनेंड सेकेंड बाय रेवोल्यूशनरी फाइटर्स बाय गैरिबाल्डी. सबसे पहली बार किससे आजादी मिलती है? आजादी दिलाता कौन है? गैरिबाल्डी. एंड कॉन्सिक्वेंटली ब्रॉट अंडर द सार्डिनियन मोनार्की. और आगे चल के क्या देखते हैं कि सार्डिनियन मोनार्की के कंट्रोल में ये सिस्टम आ जाता है. एंड द किंगडम ऑफ इटली वॉज एस्टेब्लिश्ड. क्या देखते हैं? फिर किंगडम ऑफ इटली वॉज एस्टेब्लिश ओवर हियर. वेनिस वॉज एनेक्स्ड बाय द इटली इन 1886 by taking advantage of Austro-Persian War. जब ऑस्ट्रियो-पर्शियन वॉर लड़ ली जाती है तो व्हाट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग वी फाइंड ओवर देयर, हम लोग को नजर आता है कि जब पर्शियन और खास कर करके ऑस्ट्रिया में युद्ध होता है, ये दोनों बहुत पावरफुल स्टेट थे. और फाइनली क्या देखते हैं? 1866 में लिबरेशंस मिल जाता है उसको. नाउ द ओनली रोम वाज द लेफ्ट. अब क्या देखते हैं? रोम बच जाता है. द पोप हैड द प्रोटेक्शन ऑफ फ्रांस ट्रूप. क्या देखते हैं? पोप को प्रोटेक्ट कौन कर रखा था? फ्रांस ट्रूप ने प्रोटेक्ट कर रहा था. एंड वीकेंड बाय द फ्रेंको पर्शियन वॉर. और क्या देखते हैं? इसकी शक्तियां कम हो जाती है. कारण क्या था? जब 1870 का फ्रेंको पर्शियन वॉर कंटिन्यू. Another significant part what we find over here, Rome was annexed and made the capital of Italy. और अंतः क्या नजर आता है? रोम को कंट्रोल कर लिया जाता है, कैप्चर कर लिया जाता है ना, by Italy. And the campaign of the people of, you can say, liberations came to prominence over here. जितने भी लिबरेटर हैं फिर सामने आ जाते हैं कि the contribution is given by them. After the unification, Italy and Germany, what we see that after the unification of Italy and Germany, Italy and after the, you can say, annexation of Italy and Germany, thus the complete the process of unification. और इसके बाद क्या देखते हैं? यूनिफिकेशन का जो प्रोसेस है वो कंप्लीट हो जाता है. आफ्टर द यूनिफिकेशन ऑफ इटली एंड जर्मनी, industrialization started in, what we can see that it is in Britain, it is in Germany, it is in Italy. That is one of the challenging tasks over there after that situation, after that conditions over there. और इटली का जो यूनिफिकेशन है हो जाता है, इटली यूनाइट. but the serious of what we can say, the chaps, and the serious of what we can say, the advantage of technological skills should be more and more highlighted. It is going to be harm all the times. Month after month, it makes difference. You can say in the port of what? In the port of development process. So it has given so many time for the unification of Italy. Unification of Italy के लिए कई बार टाइम दिए गए, कई बार अवसर मिले. And this way, and now the condition arises over that how this united Italy came to prominence. इटली का यूनिफिकेशन कैसे हो जाता है? इंडिपेंडेंस एंड यूनिफिकेशन ऑफ इटली. नॉर्दर्न इटली कैप्चर्ड फ्रॉम 1860. अब आगे मैं बता दूं थोड़ा सा और डेवलपमेंट क्या होता है. So northern Italy, what is important thing? The northern Italy was captured. You can captured from Austria 1860. जो सबसे important चीज याद रखेंगे. राहुल जी मेरी बातें समझ में आ रही है? प्लीज सिग्नल दें आप हमें. इफ्तिखार आप मेरे क्लासेस को अटेंड कर रहे हो? प्लीज सिग्नल दो. प्लीज गिव मी सिग्नल ओवर देयर. Rahul, if you are getting my voice, then you let me know that whether you are getting or not, whether you are understanding or not. Please let me know about that. Now, the independence and unification of Italy की जब बात करते हैं, नॉर्दर्न इटली कैप्चर्ड फ्रॉम ऑस्ट्रिया इन 1860. 1860 में क्या देखते हैं? नॉर्दर्न इटली को कैप्चर कर लिया जाता है. वेनिस वाज कैप्चर्ड फ्रॉम ऑस्ट्रिया इन 1866. Then what we see, the papal estate, as I told you, that added to the Italy in 1870. And what you know by the papal estate I have given you, that is the part of that. These are what the papal estate. If you talk about the papal estate, these were the papal estate at that time. These papal estates were also captured by somehow with the different, you can say, territorial regions part of that. So it is quite difficult to say that whether it was consolidated or not, but given to the France return to, you can support in 1860, then Kingdom of Sardinia expected you can say before 1860, and the northern states were also important part. The papal states were conquered by added to Italy in 1870. So this is the way the southern Italy was also captured in 1860, and on the whole, what we can say, the Italian unification has came to prominence over there. Now the question arises about that. What was the role of Mazzini in unification of Italy? अगर सवाल पूछेगा क्रिटिकली एग्जामिन या सवाल पूछेगा डिस्कस द रोल ऑफ मजीनी इन यूनिफिकेशन ऑफ इटली, मजीनी MAZZNI मजीनी, अब क्या मैं पूछने जा रहा हूं, रोल ऑफ मजीनी फॉर द unification of Italy. Mazzini joined the Carbonari and participated in their secret activities. So how, what way he did? He joined Carbonari, and the meaning of, you can say, and the meaning of unification led to the idea of what that is the unification of idea of own. It is not going to be created, or you can say man-made kind of thing. Also, what is important, Mazzini? Mazzini was also the member of Carbonari, means आंधी तूफान मचा देते थे. That is important part over there. Then the role of Joseph Mazzini was important. The values of the system. Values of the system. जोसेफ मजीनी की जब बात करते हैं तो क्या देखते हैं कि his role was a bit difficult and a bit difficult, we can say, in this regard. He was exiled from his conspiracy to establish a society of young Italy. अब मजीनी को क्या समस्या का सामना करना पड़ा है, उसे एग्जाइल कर दिया गया था. क्यों एग्जाइल किया गया था? बिकॉज ही वॉज द मेंबर ऑफ कार्बोनरी. That is why he was charged the frame, and he was, you can say that he was imprisoned soon after the join. While the prison, you can say, the present situation of the German of the Italian unification was a bit difficult, a bit critical, because Austria was the most powerful emperor at that time. Austria was the most, you can say, prominent, you can say, powerful feature of that time. It was during the present day Mazzini planned to involve the young Italy into the mainstream of the patriotic struggle for achieving national unity. और क्या देखते हैं कि when he was in jail, when he was in prison, he again what we can say that planned to he again planned to dispose of what we can say the old rivalry of the other rulers who taken a stand there, part of that. The Sicilian were also the first stage of revolt. और क्या देखते हैं यहाँ पर सिसलेनियन का भी फर्स्ट हैंड रिवोल्ट हो जाता. मशीनी एस्टेब्लिश ए नंबर ऑफ ब्रांचेज ऑफ यंग इटली. और आगे चल के क्या देखते हैं कि मजीनी हैज एस्टेब्लिश्ड a lot of branches of young Italy. He was also established a young, you can say form of organization for developing their activities over there. Then the Sicilians were the first to stage the revolt against the you can say operation part of system. और क्या देखते हैं कि the development of Italy was quite critical in this regard. The Sicilian were the first to stage a revolt against the operation, and the ruler fled to nobles. क्या देखते हैं, सिसिली के लोग पहले व्यक्ति थे जिन्होंने इस सिस्टम को शुरू किया था. लेटर ऑन उसे भागना पड़ा था. And now the condition arises that what was the role of कावूर. अब कावूर की भूमिका क्या थी इटालियन यूनिफिकेशन? No one could grasp the political situation prevailing, you can say, in Italy during the period of 1848, and better than you can say that counter Cavour. He got in trouble and openly supporting the French Revolution in 1930. और क्या देखते हैं 1830 में जो फ्रेंच रेवोल्यूशन हुआ, in 1830 the French Revolution was taken place by the civilian in, you can say, Europe. So he took part over there and he became the member of that. In 1847 he founded a journal, Risorgimento. इसका नाम क्या है? Risorgimento. It is a commercial union. Ris, the term is what? Ris. Risorgimento, R-E-S, Resoro, Resorogenentry, Resgeniormento. It means it was a secret society. It was what? It was again a secret society, and it was also a commercial union. If you talk about that, it was also a commercial union, and a pediment had to awaken the Italian as a direct them to carry the struggle achieving duty independence of that. A modernizer interest. He was a modernizer interest in agrarian movement, and banks, railway, and other part of that where you can say focus to encourage over there. In 1848, almost all the rulers of the Italy granted constitutional rights. So this is the major contribution of what? This is the major contribution of what we can say the major contribution of what one way we have a studies about what we can say Joseph Mazzini. Another one is what the Garibaldi, and another one is the Garibaldi, and then Ashok was there. So this was the major development has taken place during this period. And finally, what we can say that Count Cavour, his role should not be, you can say, neglected. Cavour. अब क्या देखते हैं, रोल ऑफ काबूर की बात करते हैं. If you talk about Cavour waited as a golden opportunity which came in form of Crimean War. और क्या देखते हैं, काबूर वेट करता है, और इसी समय में क्या देखते हैं 1853-54 की क्या देखते हैं, क्रीमियन वॉर सामने आ जाता है. और इन दिस क्रीमियन वॉर you can say which came in the form of you can say Crimean War, he introduced several reforms which transformed the backward you can say into the moderate and other parts of the system. Whenever the revolt has been faced, whenever this fighting challenges has been faced, there is a mandatory part that they should have to move towards the under trial of a system over there. And Cavour, the role of Cavour is quite significant over here. He can encourage the trade. What he did, he encouraged the trade commerce, built railways, introduced modern postal system and bank, patronized shipping, organized a new textile system, taxation system, and curbed the power of the church and reorganized the army of the modern life. तो काबूर की जो सबसे बड़ी भूमिका होती है, what is important part of काबूर? काबूर की जो सबसे बड़ी भूमिका होती है, he brought out reform. काबूर को क्या देखते हैं, वो रिफॉर्म लाते हैं. किसमें? बैंकिंग सिस्टम में. किसमें? ट्रांसपोर्टेशन में. किसमें? ट्रांसपोर्टेशन के साथ क्या देखते हैं, पोस्टल सिस्टम में. क्या देखते हैं, टैक्सेशन में, द सिस्टम ऑफ टैक्सेशन. अनदर पार्ट वाज दैट ही रिड्यूस द पावर ऑफ द चर्चेस. चर्च के पावर को रिड्यूस किया जाता है, कमजोर किया जाता है, क्योंकि उसकी परंपरागत स्थिति क्या थी, चर्च की परंपरागत स्थिति थी, older system should be continued. When the older system is going to be continued, there are no any chances to grow up, or you can say that consolidate on a bigger line. That is also the important part of that. He sought sympathy through propaganda, literature for the cause of what we can say Italian unification. That was conditions over there. And another important condition is that to note it down to the early heading, that effective. What is that? What is important part over there? Effectiveness of Cavour diplomacy. What is that effectiveness of Cavour diplomacy? Cavour diplomacy. Cavour diplomacy. So in Cavour diplomacy, what we can say, we can talk about that. The outbreak of the Crimean War gave opportunity for Cavour to internationalize the issue of unification of Italy. Hoping that Britain and France would win the war against the Russia, he threw his lot of power over there. He sought out support for the patriots across the Italy. इटली के सपोर्ट के लिए उसने क्या देखते हैं कि एक सपोर्ट सिस्टम को डेवलप. ही सॉर्ट आउट सपोर्ट ओवर देयर. सेकंड थिंग, काबूर डिस्टिंग्विश्ड from Garibaldi and other revolutionaries of the Risorgimento and simply because at heart he was not a revolutionary at all. तो क्या देखते हैं पहली बार राहुल कि किसी भी कंडीशंस में कावूर रेवोल्यूशनरी नहीं है, जबकि मजीनी और गरिबाल्डी क्या नजर आता है, दे वेयर they were the what we can say revolutionary part of that. Cavour instead was an astute politician, and pragmatism was a great awareness of the sensitivity of the churches and other activities. By keeping this goal of the unification of Italy in mind, Cavour used international power to achieve his democratic goal, or what we can say his domestic goal. To what extent was Napoleon III responsible for the यूनिफिकेशन, उसकी किस हद तक भूमिका नजर आती है, किस हद तक उसकी भूमिका नजर आती है, लेकिन इट वाज नॉट प्लेसिड एट दैट टाइम, ये उस समय के कंडीशंस में सिचुएशन में फिट नहीं बैठ पाता है या फिर ना मिल पाता है. दैट वाज द ड्रॉबैक्स ओवर देयर. व्हाट वाज द रोल ऑफ गैरिबाल्डी इन इटालियन यूनिफिकेशन? गैरिबाल्डी की रोल की बात करते हैं तो ड्यूरिंग द नेक्स्ट 2 years इटालियन स्ट्रगल फॉर फ्रीडम centered to the exploit of the Garibaldi in 1807 and 82. Then his voyage gave him an opportunity to meet some of the Italian exiles and patriots where he loved to the country and made impression to his mind. Another important thing, in the course of time, what we find, in the course of time, what we find, in the course of time, what we find, he could excel more and more in the art of guerrilla warfare and his spirit of adventure. He believed in the philosophy and pattern of what? Guerrilla art of warfare. And at that time, in 1834, upsurge in the Savoy has also taken place. Upsurge in the Savoy has also taken place, which unfortunately failed. He had got, he had to go into revolutionary exile. Finally, what we see, he had to go in the revolutionary exile. And finally, what we see that that between 1836 to 1848, Garibaldi spent his life in Southern America and mostly participating in the liberation movement. He also acted to participate in the liberation movement over there. And apart from that, he called red shirties. He collected a large number of, of followers who were spread lay down their lives of his stake and called red shirties. So Garibaldi also, you can say, established, you can say, a group of revolutionary. They were known as red shirtist. Red shirtist. They were known as, you can say, red shirtist. So these were the revolutionary groups. They were identified by red shirties. And Cavour succeeded in his plan and ensuring support to Garibaldi. और क्या देखते कावूर का प्लान सपोर्ट हो जाता है. कावूर सपोर्टेड गैरिबाल्डी. Supported Garibaldi. Cavour supported whom? Garibaldi. Garibaldi. And he became impatient because of the liberation of the Rome was the major factor over there. Became impatient because Rome was still being held by the Pope. Conditions क्या था? Rome was controlled by whom? Pope. So controlling the Pope and overpowering the Pope was a major challenge to all of them. So, so the adulation he received from the people made him resolve that he would achieve the unification and freedom of Italy before he died. और लोगों से जो सपोर्ट इसे मिलता है, what sort of support? He got support to the people. People supported them. People supported him. People supported him regarding his progress and achievement, and this provided a moral boost up to whom? Moral boost up to what we can say Garibaldi. ये बहुत बड़ा moral boost up होता है किसका? Garibaldi का. This is one of the significant we find over here. Another important thing, annexation of Venetia. और finally क्या देखते हैं? During the period of 1866 66 AD, Venetia was captured. What we can see, outbreak of the Venetia. At the other outbreak, what we can see, Persian War, the King Victor Emmanuel processed military alliance and Austria in exchange of the return to the Venetian state. It also about the time when the Bismarck sought an alliance of Italy in his war with Austria. When the war broke out in 1866, Italy created diversion by attacking Austria in the south. Although Italian troops were badly beaten, Persia won the war within the 7 years. तो पर्शिया की जीत होती है। पर्शिया का मतलब जब भी आएगा तो जर्मन का ही पार्ट है ये, पर्शिया टाउन की बात करते हैं। एंड annexation of Italy in 1870। और फाइनली क्या देखते हैं, ड्यूरिंग द फेज ऑफ 1870 the unification of Italy has been taken place, or what we can say, the shadow and the doubt of the system of that condition and situation where you can meditate about that, and that has to be established, उसको establish किया जाता है। The unification of Italy was completed in 1870, हमेशा याद रखें, in 1870 the unification of Italy was completed in 1870 with the annexation of Rome। जब 1870 में जीता जाता है तो सबसे पहली बार किसको देखते हैं, कैपिटल किसको बनाते हैं, रोम। Rome was also came into control of what, Italy, a kingdom belonging to the Pope। The French troop grouped his kingdom, और क्या देखते हैं, और फ्रांसीसी जो फौज है इसके किंगडम की सीमा को पूरी तरह से निर्धारित कर लेता है। और इसे कहता क्या है, द पोप्स देन इलेक्टेड एज अ, यू कैन से, एज अ Vatican treaty of sovereign, no, they were established as that, and the liti, and the condition is that nitty and gritty, and the condition is what, in which the people overwhelming voted in favor of merger with the rest of the Italy। The Rome regained its status as the seat of the capital after the lapse of, you can say, over 1400 years। और कुल मिला के ऐसा देखा जाता है कि इटली का एकीकरण, the unification of Italy has been made, and the role of Garibaldi, the role of Cavour, and the role of, what we can say, that Garibaldi, then the role of Cavour, and then the role of Joseph Mazzini, you can say, finally yielded result। और finally क्या देखते हैं, result करता है। Now stop writing, and again good night to you, and be healthy। Tomorrow same time topic will be changed।